Setu 2022, themed Sustainable Consumption and Production. We had launched a program to eradicate single-use plastic pens from our classroom. Let's move an year back and recall the journey of this movement.
It's only a pen, not a big deal. Use whichever you want. Have you ever thought that a pen which we used to write, which our parents used to sign check, which celebrities used to give autographs, which teachers use for correction, which doctors used to give prescriptions, can pollute the environment? Never thought about it, right?
It's only one plastic pen, said 8 billion people. Who are you kidding? Who has only one pen? Plastics are everywhere. They are at home, at workplaces, at schools.
And yet they are just as polluting as plastic bags and straw. How many pens do you have at home? 10, 20, 50?
Multiply this by billions of people and that's a lot of pens being used.
Society has been using disposable plastic pens for over 50 years now. It is estimated that the USA throws away 1.6 billion pens a year. If we imagine the amount of pen thrown away per year by the population of the world, it's mind-boggling.
The condition in India is also the same. Around 1600 to 2400 million pieces of plastic pen are brought to the market every year. The unchecked use of plastic pens is causing adverse effect to the environment.
And 91% of plastic waste generated through plastic pens is not recycled.
Though a pen may be recyclable, but this does not apply to all its parts. The lid containing the ink is most often not recycled. This is because the ink they contain is considered contaminants of other recyclable material. Also, the tip of the lid used for writing cannot be recycled due to their size and the fact that they also contain ink considered toxic और कंटैमिनेंट्स। हमने अपने स्कूल में पेन्स के इस्तेमाल को लेकर के एक सर्वे किया। सर्वे में 64.8% स्टूडेंट्स ने सिंगल यूज बॉल पेन को अपनी पहली पसंद बताया।
तो जेल पेन यूज करने वाले 28.8% स्टूडेंट्स हैं। फाउंटेन पेन यूज करने वाले केवल 6.6% स्टूडेंट्स हैं।
Let's take an example. The number of pens used by a student in a week be 2. Then he is going to use 104 pens in a year. Now, taking it to a school with the capacity of 1000 students, then the consumption of pen by the school in a year will be 1,04,000 pens. Now, just talking about only a district, Udham Singh Nagar, which has 127 CBSE affiliated school. Now the consumption of pen in a year will reach to 1,32,08,000. Now if we calculate the total consumption of pens by Uttarakhand, then just add. It will be a surprising number. It is the right time to say goodbye to use and throw pens. Let's pledge together and always say no to single use of pen and switch to refillable fountain pens.
It's the right time to evaluate our progress. See what the students of Little Scholars feel today.
We should use fountain pen in a class. It is very useful. We can use them by refilling them as much as we want.
Material used to make the pens is very harmful for the nature as it cannot be recycled. So it's a point of benefit for us that pens do not need to be thrown in the garbage to increase the amount of the things that cannot be recycled.
If we will save our environment, we are saving ourselves indirectly.
I agree that the fountain pens are more expensive than the usual plastic pens. But if you see, then they benefit and advantages us by lasting for a long time.
They can be refilled again and again, so I think I'm helping my mother nature by using them because they can be refilled and they are unlike those ballpoint ones.
Dear all, I hope you all must have watched the presentation and understood the purpose of taking this initiative. you know, our school is organizing one of its kinds of event named Setu, where we were raising and we are raising lot of environmental issues every year. As far as the last year is concerned, you must have noticed that we took an initiative and requested each one of us, means our students, our parents, to say no to single-use pen. And we had a drive and a campaign where our children have stopped using single-use pen. Now, as this year our Setu topic is sustainable aqua, so we thought of doing something related with saving the water. We thought that not so much if we can save a liter of a water, because we believe that बूंद बूंद करके घड़ा भरता है.
ऐसा माना जाता है कि तीसरा विश्व युद्ध पानी की वजह से होगा. विश्व युद्ध कब होगा ये तो नहीं पता, लेकिन पानी के लिए तरस रहे चेन्नई में बवाल जारी है.
The World Resources Institute says a quarter of the world's population doesn't have enough water to meet the demand for drinking, agriculture and industry.
The United Nations is warning today of an approaching global water crisis.
And we run the risk of running out of this precious resource.
कहते हैं कि जल ही जीवन है, लेकिन धरती पर तो पानी खत्म होता जा रहा है.
In the words of Mahatma Gandhi, Earth provides enough to satisfy every man's need, but not every man's greed. Water, the essence of life, is abundant on our planet, but we seem to waste this precious resource without a second thought. One of the most common ways we waste water is by leaving the taps turned on when we wash dishes, brush our teeth, or take long showers. Additionally, we are also guilty of using the water flow freely when we wash our vehicles, be it cars or bikes. Now, I would like to say that this excessive and careless usage of water has dire consequences on our environment and our future generations.
Let's delve into some eye-opening statistics to grasp the magnitude of water wastage problem. According to United Nations, about 2.2 billion people worldwide lack access to safe drinking water. Shockingly, in developed countries, the average person uses about 80 to 100 gallons, about 300 to 380 liters of water per day, while in developing countries, people are forced to survive on as little as 5 gallons, about 19 liters of water per day.
The disparity is glaring, and it highlights how wasteful practices exacerbate global water inequality.
Now, let's shift our focus to solutions and how we can put an end to this reckless waste of water. The answer lies in individual responsibility and collective action. We can start by being mindful of our habits. Turn off the tap, have short showers, aiming to conserve water rather than indulge in extravagance. When washing vehicles, consider using a bucket instead of a hose, which can save a significant amount of water.
Furthermore, fixing leaky faucets and pipes promptly can prevent the loss of hundreds of gallons of water per year. Moreover, we can use water-efficient appliances such as low-flow toilets and washing machines, which can make a substantial difference.
Education is key. We must spread awareness about the importance of water conservation in school, colleges and workplaces.
On a larger scale, government and industry should invest in infrastructures and technologies that promote water conservation and reuse. This includes implementing water recycling systems, incentivizing business to adopt eco-friendly practices, and enforcing stricter regulations on water usage in agriculture, one of the biggest water consumers.
It's high time we recognize the severity of a water wastage problem. The statistics are alarming and the consequences of our actions are felt globally. As a responsible stewards of the earth, we must change our ways.
We have the knowledge and technology to conserve water and ensure that it's equally distributed. The question we must ask ourselves is, will we act now to protect this invaluable resource for ourselves and for our future generation, or will we let it slip like water through our fingers?
Let's see how best we can save a liter of water.
We waste a lot of water unintentionally in our daily lives. While washing our car with a hose, we waste around 300 liters of water in a single wash.
जिसके लिए 25 लीटर पानी ही काफ़ी है अगर बाल्टी का प्रयोग किया जाए तब। वैसे ही ब्रश करते समय 2.5 लीटर पानी बर्बाद किया जाता है,
जहां पर सिर्फ आधे लीटर पानी की आवश्यकता होती है। सिर्फ यही नहीं, हमारी रोजाना की जिंदगी में फर्श धोते वक्त हम 60 लीटर पानी बर्बाद कर देते हैं।
और अगर हम फर्श धोने के बजाय पोछा लगाएं तो 50 लीटर पानी बचाया जा सकता है।
लॉन्ग शावर्स वेस्ट अबाउट 90 लीटर्स ऑफ वाटर।
वहीं पे अगर हम बाल्टी से नहाएं तो 30 लीटर पानी में ही काम हो सकता है।
Not only this, there are so many other ways in which we waste water.
हम आपसे अपनी आदतों को एक दिन में बदलने को नहीं कह रहे हैं।
After all, habits change gradually.
हम आपसे रिक्वेस्ट करते हैं कि हर दिन हो सके तो 1 लीटर पानी बचाएं, क्योंकि 1 लीटर पानी बचाने से भी एक बड़ा बदलाव आ सकता है।
Assuming that each family has 4 members and each member saves 1 liter of water daily, considering the strength of our school, we will be able to save 4,800 liters of water per day. And on a monthly basis, we will be able to save 4,800 into 30 liters of water. Considering all CBSE affiliated schools of Udham Singh Nagar,
start adding zeros. Be a part of our mission.
save a liter.